In this video, I'm going to cover the biggest fears that we had moving into our RV full-time, and we had a lot of them. We were moving during pandemic, and we were pretty worried about things. So we're going to talk about that. In this video, I would love to know too, what are some of the biggest things that you are worried about or you are worrying about in the comments below. Be sure to comment those down. All right, so my name is Brandon Brashears, and I am a digital marketer. This channel is all about helping you develop a business that helps to serve your life and the lifestyle that you want to create. So if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. If you're looking to go full-time traveling, or you just want more time for your family, or want to develop a business that's going to help to really develop the lifestyle that you're looking for, then this is a great place for you to subscribe. So we are full-time RVing now for about 2.5 months, and before we left, we had so many fears, and we were really worried about just a ton of things. I think that when you're stepping into something that's so new, and we had watched so many YouTube channels, from RV Odd Squad to Keep Your Daydream to just all these different channels out there, and we were pretty concerned about, was this going to be a good fit for us? It looked like that everybody was having a great time. Everybody was really enjoying themselves. But I think that's the thing that everybody wonders. And in marketing, that's the thing that we have to overcome. Is this going to work for me and our family? And everybody thinks that their problems are unique or their situation is unique. And so you're probably wondering the same thing. What if we don't like it? What if we hate it? What if my wife hates it? What if the rig breaks? What if the truck breaks? What if we get flat tires? What if we, like, on and on and on. There's so many concerns. I think the biggest ones that we had, though, were what if we don't like it and what if we hate it. So the rig that we bought a Forest River Sabre 38 DBQ. It's brand new, 2020. And we decided that we wanted a rig that was going to have everything that we needed, and it was going to have everything that we wanted to feel like we were at home. So we have a washer and a dryer, we have a full kitchen, we have the bunk room with the back bathroom, we have it's just a monstrous rig, and it has literally everything that we could ever want in it, with the exception of a dishwasher. I would love to have a dishwasher again. That's the only thing I regret from a normal house. But this is incredible, and there is nothing about the rig that we feel like we're missing out on home from, and we don't feel like we don't have a home. This feels like we're going home now when we go back into the rig, and the kids totally feel the same way too. And so it just doesn't feel like we're camping. It feels like we're in our house and the house moves. So our biggest worry was that, are we gonna dislike this? And I think one of the things that we thought was gonna be kind of scary too is, like, what if we don't like this? What are we gonna do? And there's actually been a time when we had an RV campground that we got into. It was actually the first spot that we stayed in when we were in Idaho, and it was a really rough campground, and it was not good, and we were planning on staying there for a long time. And what we ended up doing was just saying, we gotta go, and we stayed there for a couple days and then left to a next spot. And we were planning on staying there for like 6 weeks, because I wanted to book through 4th of July and stuff, and kind of get our rhythm together before we started traveling more full-time, and it just didn't work out. So it ended up being a great experience, because if you don't like where you are, you can just move. And we did end up having to pay for that 6 weeks time period. They couldn't give us a refund, but like, it was totally worth going out to the next spot, finding the next place that we wanted to go to. And the next place that we went to was amazing, so we had a great experience there. And it totally, like, was a great eye-opener that when you're in your RV and you're in a spot that you don't like, you can just move, and you don't have to stay anywhere. You can go. You have that freedom to choose and find a new spot. So there's just so much freedom with this lifestyle. If you don't like something, go to a new spot. And I think that having a rig that's going to serve all of your needs, and you know that, like, we have an instant hot water heater, for example. If you're thinking about going full-time and you don't want it to feel like you have to stagger your showers, or do things like that, invest in a instant on-demand hot water heater, because that's really helpful. I mean, we just really went all out to make sure that our rig wasn't going to feel like we were tent camping or even kind of roughing it at all. And so I know that was something that was really important to me to give to my wife, because I didn't want her to feel like she was homeless, or like all of the different things that could come along with living full-time in an RV. So what if we don't like it? That was our biggest concern. I think too that if we decided that we didn't like it, we would always be able to get some kind of a plan to go in and either find a new place to rent or find a new place to live, and really having kind of that contingency plan set up that if we didn't like it, then we could do other stuff. You're never set in stone. You can always make changes and figure things out. So that would be one thing, is that it's very different too from going out when we used to go out on the weekends and do trial runs and things before we went full time. It was just so much work getting everything in, putting it in the rig, going out, cleaning up, and then you come home to your house that's also messy. So it's way less stressful living in it full time than it was going out on the weekends. And so I'll just make that little note, that if you're feeling stressed out about, I'm doing this on the weekends and it just feels like work and stress, once you get out full time, there's just so much less to maintain, so much less to do, that it gives you more time to focus on the things that you actually want to do and not stuff that you have to do. So hope that makes sense. I think the next thing that was our biggest fear was, is this going to be something that our kids hate? Is this going to mess them up? I don't know why we thought that. We were like, we don't want to mess up our kids. Are they going to be weirded out by not having a real house? Are they going to be weirded out by, your mind just goes into weird places, right? And so our kids are having the times of their lives. We are going out. We're doing so much more than we ever did, especially during the pandemic where things were already weird. And so we're constantly, every single day, going out as a family doing new things. Yesterday we went picking blackberries. We've been going out doing fishing almost every day, going hiking, going down the river in tubes, going bike riding. It just is so much high quality family time, and they're seriously having the times of their lives. We ask them, is there anything you guys miss about the old house where we used to live? And they say no every time. They have their spots in the rig that are their beds. They have all their toys that they wanted to take. They have their books, and they love playing Minecraft and stuff like that too. So if there's ever bad weather days, there's so much to do inside, and it's such a good lifestyle. Especially with the ages that we have. We have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And so it's just constant. It seems like constant fun. And this is probably our family's best summer ever. And it just is a ridiculous paradigm shift from what we had when we were in Southern California. It just is insane. The next thing that I think we were most concerned about, or at least I was is this going to actually be as affordable as I've seen on all of the other videos, right? I thought this was going to be a huge opportunity, if it was as affordable as everybody's saying, for us to just pile up cash, save money, and work on growing our business. And so it has been incredibly affordable. We are saving so much money versus living in Southern California. If we'd come from a spot that wasn't as expensive, but our rent alone, we live way below the cost of our rent was for everything included, and that doesn't include utilities. It doesn't include all kinds of things that we were spending money on. So we're saving thousands of dollars every month, and it's really it just takes a load off, because you're able to not have to worry about grinding it out, if that makes any sense. So the next thing that I think, other than finances, was going to be the rig, because it seems like when we were researching RVs and things, especially if you're in Facebook groups about RVs, people constantly complain about how their RV is breaking down. And it doesn't seem like it's a simple fix. It seems like it's a catastrophic failure. The slide is detached from the frame, and so we have to take it back, and the dealer's going to have a 6-month turnaround for it. Or, there are so many problems that you see, especially in these Facebook groups, where the rigs are just, it just seems like a catastrophe. And so having not any experience, this is our first RV, and I didn't know kind of what to expect. And so we both went into it thinking, okay, this is an RV. It's not necessarily built for full timing, so we're going to have to expect things are going to break frequently. And there definitely has been some things where we've had issues, but it hasn't been catastrophic. And I was really, really concerned that we were going to have, like, we were going to wake up one morning and there'd be water pouring in on the roof, or, like, you know, if it rained, or just all of the things that you read about and in those groups. And really, the rig has held up really well. It is very important that we take great care of it, so we're constantly doing maintenance. We're constantly checking all of the caulking around the outside, making sure that the seals are good, making sure if we have any water that leaks in there that we're cleaning it up. We're using dehumidifiers and things like that. But overall, it's been just really good, and we absolutely love our rig. I'm definitely going to put a tour of it. We had some video that I took when we first got it, so I'll put a tour of it up. It's a fantastic rig for a family, and it's really set up well. We're getting into homeschooling now, and it just works really, really well for our homeschooling and things. Okay, so the last thing that I think I was really worried about, and there's other stuff too, am I going to be able to grow my business and actually run my business full-time RVing? And I found that it's been extremely beneficial for my business and my focus on my business. It seems like freeing up this stress and this mental space that I was in trying to always grind out and work and work and work. I would work so much, it seemed like, in Southern California. And now I have so much more time for my family. We have so much less time doing things like cleaning up the house, organizing the house. We felt like we were constantly either working or cleaning up. And we had so much crap that we didn't really care about, that we didn't want, just piles of kids' toys. And we didn't get to enjoy our kids. And so it felt like we were always either working or cleaning or doing something that we just maybe once a week would get out and do something as a family. And now every single day we're going out and doing stuff as a family. And so that has been awesome. And I've been growing my business like crazy. I've been creating new content for my podcasts that I have for my business. I have another podcast too that I'm launching, and it just has been really great from a creative standpoint on getting stuff done and being able to get work done. So that was something that I was really worried about. And I'll tell you one last thing that I was really, really worried about, because this is my first RV, and I had actually zero towing experience. I was super stressed out about, am I going to be able to back this thing up? Am I going to be able to get into and out of gas stations? Am I going to be able to handle towing our house? It was a huge point of stress for me. And it did take some practice, but it's not as hard as you think, and you can get used to it pretty quickly. So overall, this has been a fantastic experience for our family. I love this lifestyle, and I think that it's a really, really good lifestyle for people who want to grow a business and spend time with their family, which is what I want to do. So if you have any questions or comments, or I would love to hear, what are some of the biggest fears that you had? Comment down below with those, and I hope to see you on the next video. Be sure to subscribe. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.